Greg.
Yeah.
What's your topic?
My topic is I want to know, what are the stupidest things you've ever purchased?
Okay.
You've taken your money or your parents' money, I'll accept. What do you got for me?
I'm going to lead this one off.
Okay.
Because I don't know if you guys can beat this. It's simultaneously the worst and best and most awesome purchase that I've ever made. 1,000 live ladybugs from Amazon.com. The reasoning? Because I could.
Really?
Saw it on Amazon and I was like, no shit.
What did you do with
much
1,000
did that cost?
ladybugs?
Me and
How
Alfredo,
much did it cost, though?
it was like $4.99
What?
Yeah,
$4.99.
ladybugs don't cost money.
for 1,000 live ladybugs. And they came in this little box and me and Alfredo were like, this is awesome. They're alive. And then we're like,
And then you punched the box.
that was it. But
Just
we
lit
were
the box
so
on
excited
fire.
because I didn't believe we were going to get them. And we really got them. Thank you,
What did you do
Amazon
with them? Just
Prime.
let them go?
Yeah, we ended up just leaving them in this park near my house.
Well, this is what I would have done. I would have counted them.
And then made fake
And-
seasons for him and like.
Well, I would have made sure that they were all there.
He would have done
There's
some...
987 ladybugs in this box, and 3 of them are already dead.
I could just imagine you doing some sort of weird psychological experiment where you break them up into 2 groups and you give all the ladybugs in group right everything they've ever wanted, and group left they just have to
What does
watch
that mean?
and just see
What
what
do they
happens.
want?
Like some,
What do they want?
like they just get like shrubs and like cool places to hang out, and then
Shrubs and cool places
and then like
to
group,
hang
group
out.
left just gets stones, and they just see what happens if they can figure out how to get over to the other.
They're
tank.
all against the glass, like
That's everything I've ever wanted.
shrubs and cool
Shrubs
places
and
to
cool
hang out.
places to hang out.
What the hell else does a ladybug want? Not to be eaten by a praying mantis? What eats ladybugs? Snakes?
Everything. Frogs.
They're kind of the
Toads.
bitch of the insect world.
Yeah, they got nothing. I
That
mean,
was
what do
insensitive.
they even do?
Ladybugs?
Yeah. I mean, like, what is their purpose? Like, bees pollinating crap.
I don't know. We should Amazon it though because there's obviously a purchase or like a reason for them to be purchasable.
They must. I'm thinking food. You feed crickets to stuff. You probably feed ladybugs to
I really
stuff.
hope you don't feed them. They're pretty.
Well, sure.
Crickets are
Hideous little
yeah,
bastards.
but ladybugs. Actually, I don't know. Are ladybugs cool looking if you zoom in on them? I have a feeling they might be
They're
scary.
trippy looking.
I mean, they look like little Advils that are red with white dots on their back. That's all.
yeah, imagine if your back opened up and wings came out.
Yeah,
That's what a ladybug is. It's got a hard
That's
shell.
really gross.
And then
Ladybug's
it
pretty
opens
cool.
up and the
Like in
wings
A
come
Bug's
out.
Life?
It's trippy.
I like that character.
Wasn't he
They're
like fat and
terrifying.
stupid?
I mean, it was a ladybug, but it was a dude.
I'm
They're
not a
playing
huge
with them.
fan of bugs.
Yeah, no.
They freak me out a little bit.
Bugs are
I don't
weird.
like killing them. I don't like them in my house. If I see a bug outside the house, I'll leave it alone. That's his habitat.
I had a thing with bugs in elementary school where I liked them a lot because so Power Rangers, everyone knows I love that. There was another show, Beetleborgs, which was same thing, and because I was a little kid, I liked it because it was another thing to watch. And so I got kind of obsessed with beetles and stuff for a while just because of that, and I grew up. And now I don't
story.
like bugs. Yeah. Bugs are bad.
The 2 stupidest things I ever purchased.
If you're gonna text during the show, at least mute it.
I don't know why that's even on. Sorry. A buddy of mine's in town. So I'm just trying to.
Is it?
Gotcha.
No, it's not
Ramon?
Ramon. Ramon will be here in
Ah,
September,
Ramon.
and he'll be on the show.
I want
100%
I
confirmed.
want a Ramon on this show.
Oh,
bad.
he could tell you the best. He like the whole show should just be stories about.
I'm gonna
He
make
could tell you
these-
some funny things.
Can we just not even be here? Can we just introduce it and walk away and then Ramon just talks?
He could tell you some funny shit, man. I would.
So what'd you buy, Nick?
I bought 2 stupid things. They're not stupid in that they're not functional and or beneficial to own. The amount of money I had to spend on them for what they do was stupid.
I
Thing
know
number
where this is
one.
going.
Thing number 1 was when you bought an original Mac tower. This is before Wi-Fi was really
Maybe
a
I don't know where
thing.
this is going.
You know where the second one's going.
Okay.
It's before Wi-Fi was a thing. I was like, it shipped this little propeller-looking thing, and I was like, I don't know what the hell this is. I threw it out. No idea.
Wait, the antenna?
It's an antenna for the Wi-Fi, but I didn't have Wi-Fi. I didn't know I had a Wi-Fi card. I had no idea what this was. I was like, plug in the freaking cable and we're ready to rock and roll. So like 2-3 years later, when I moved out of where my computer was hardlined, I had to get Wi-Fi, and it turned out you had to have this stupid antenna that every time you'd move, the computer would snap off. So you'd end up having to. So I must have bought like 3 of them,
Damn.
but they didn't sell them anymore. You had to buy them off of eBay for like 4 times as much as they
Yeah.
cost. That was thing number 1.
Bullshit.
Thing number 2, I can't wear earbuds. You know this about me, right? I can't wear the earbuds that go inside your ear. I have to wear these incredibly stupid 80s, like mid 90s, early 90s style headphones that go in your ears. No, they go up around. They go up around and then into your ears, and they're like the Nike Sport version, right?
Yeah.
You all make fun of me. You see me wearing them at work. You're like, "What's up, Captain
I've never
80s?"
made fun of you.
Well, Tim has.
I make fun of them. Yeah.
Now, it's okay because they only cost $15. But one time I lost them, and I was on this big kick of like, I've got to go to the gym. When I go to the gym, I've got to listen to music. Getting into Spotify, it's the bomb. I paid $50 to get them shipped to me on Amazon the next day.
Damn.
And I still have them.
Nick.
And it didn't even occur to me that I should have bought more than one pair. I should have bought 3 pairs, because then it would have knocked on the shipping, and also I would have paid the exorbitant shipping fee for 3 pairs instead of 1.
I just want to say I'm proud of you, because that did not go where I thought it was.
Where
going.
did you think it was going to go? Give me a hint.
You start off and you're just like, oh yeah, paying an exorbitant amount of money for something that literally does nothing. And I had to do it twice. I'm like, are you talking about your wedding ring?
Oh God, no. I can only do that one once.
But yeah.
Wedding rings are just a tremendous commitment.
Well, because
that's when you know you're ready to get
you have to
married.
buy the engagement ring and then the wedding ring, right?
You buy the engagement ring and then the wedding bands.
Okay. Yeah,
Band
so that's
or
what I thought. I
bands,
thought you were gonna go 1 and 2.
Oh no, yeah, yeah. Once your wife picks that diamond out, you're like, this is the most expensive thing I'll ever buy in my life in one lump sum. And it is. And then she goes, cool. Now we have to get then 6 months later, now we have to pick out our bands. And you're like,
Are bands expensive?
they can be. Most women just want like a gold band or a white gold band, but my wife wanted a platinum band with diamonds studded all around them, and she wanted 2.
What?
She's like, I'll pay for the second one.
I
was
got
like,
10
you pay for
fingers though.
Can you pay for the other one too?
I was like, yeah, can you pay for the... Because the way traditionally it's supposed to work is she buys you your band and you buy her band, and that's when you trade them. It's symbolic, whatever. My band is titanium. It costs $200, which sounds actually like a lot of money. It is not a lot of money when it comes to engagement bands. It is a very cheap piece of titanium that is indestructible. And when I went in to buy it, the woman was like, you should try this platinum band on. It's so nice. It would be so lovely. I was like, how much is that? She's like, it's $1,000. I was like, well, how much is that gold one? She's like, well, that one's like $500. I'm like, what about that one that looks ugly and brown, indestructible? She's like, you don't want that one. And I'm like, I want that one. That's like, it's kind of like a cool silver look. And she's like, no, you don't want that one.
You said it was ugly and brown.
Well, sorry, I meant like, it's kind of, it's not, it's like tarnished looking. It's silvery, but it's not.
Refrigerator.
If you put it next to platinum, it looks kind of dingy looking.
Okay.
And I get in there and I was like, what is that? She goes, well, that's titanium. And I was like, well, that sounds pretty cool. Like, why wouldn't I want that? She goes, I don't even want it. It's super lightweight and indestructible, and it only costs $200. And she said that with a straight face.
Yeah.
And I was
that's
like,
not the coolest thing.
None of those are bad. Those are all amazing selling factors. She goes, well, there is one bad thing. If you punch something and your hand swells up, they'll have to cut your finger off to get the ring off, because there's not a lot of places that can cut titanium. There's a special saw tool that you have to have.
Yeah, probably diamond tip or something.
She goes, yeah. She's like, so if you get hurt in Europe or a place away from
what?
like if you're traveling abroad and you're not near a major metropolitan city that has like a big jeweler, she's like, take the ring off immediately before if anything happens to your hand. And I'm Italian. I have a
Before you
tendency
get
to
in a
punch
fight.
things. Like I'll get pissed off and punch stuff, but I always punch with the right. This is the love maker.
I'll tell you. I'll give you guys some interesting insight.
I lost you for a second. There,
Cheryl and I are going to look at some rings this weekend, and
For engagements?
Yeah, because she's been putting we're gonna get married. I want to ask her to marry me, but like it's just so much fucking pressure with like the ring. Where eventually I was just like, you need to pick it out yourself, you know. And she like really wants me to like pick it out and be spontaneous and stuff like that. I'm like, that's just not gonna happen, like because it's just like, and I told her, I'm like, I read and Ask Men actually. Which is a website associated with IGN, they were like, 70% of women pick out their own rings, so it's not like a super uncommon thing at all. And I tried to tell her this. I'm like, it's better if I'm gonna spend $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 on this thing. You better, better be exactly what you want.
My wife walked into the jeweler and went, that one, and I was like, cool,
Done.
And she goes, I don't care. Like, well, you can do whatever you want to do with the actual stone. Like, this is the cut I want. This is the setting I want. Whatever you want to do, whatever you can afford with the stone, the actual size and clarity and cut, precision and whatever of the stone. Do what you got to do, but I want that one. And then walked out.
I saw a cool one on YouTube where a guy, I forget what it was, I think he was a woodmaker, a woodworker, right? So he like went through and made like this intricate box for the ring or whatever, and then made a wooden ring and put it inside, and then proposed spontaneously, caught her off guard, did the whole thing, and then like the wood ring was sized for her finger, put it on, but then they went and picked a real ring afterwards, right? So it was like that.
How much did you pay for your ring?
A lot.
How much?
I'm not gonna say.
I mean, it's
an exorbitant.
A lot of money.
I'm stupid. My wife has ridiculous tastes.
So here's the question, though. You're going to look at rings. Are you just what's the plan?
I need to just figure out like like Nick was saying like the Cheryl like she's funny. She's like she wants like a $10,000 ring, and I'm like. Not gonna happen. So let's like
Let's go to Costco.
Yeah. So I was just like, well, but like she's got to pick out the cut and the setting and the band and all that.
Yeah.
And then I'll months down the line I'll figure it out. But
Okay, so you're not coming home with the ring
oh,
tomorrow.
no. So yeah, I just need to like know more about what she wants so I can figure it out.
Sure.
But
Sure.
like I'm not a prayer in hell of me spending $10,000 on that ring. Not
You're still
a prayer.
Colin Moriarty.
Yeah. No, it's not a prayer. Like just not a prayer. So like.
You say that now.
No, it's not happening. It's just not. I mean, it's absolutely
Have you met
not
this
happening.
guy?
I know. I have my. That's
He
true,
will,
that's very
on
true.
principle alone, break up this relationship rather than spend $10,000.
Colin was right.
Colin was right.
My thing was, I spent a ton of money on it, but it's one of those things where like she looks at it every day, like she loves it. It's this like she just does. Like I see her every once in a while, she'll just be looking at a ring. She loves it, and like it's nice to know that I got that for her, and that's a symbol of our relationship. Now the other day she left the house without any rings on.
And you're like, where the fuck are you going?
I literally stopped her and I was like, put that ring on. She's like, I don't wear it sometimes. I was like, you put that ring on, you don't let it out of your sight. That goes with you everywhere. Because I'm like, if I'm going to spend that much money on it, you're going to wear it. That's how it is. End game.
One of the
Highlander,
stupid stuff I've
Endgame.
bought. I jump back to like when you're a dumb kid and you have money and you're going out with your dumb friends in the mall and you go to Spencer's Gifts. God, everything I ever bought from Spencer's Gift was such a terrible
That
fucking
store was
decision.
awesome, though.
Yeah,
It was
I
great to
felt
wander.
so
I mean,
bad.
first off, if you work in Spencer's Gift, God help you. I'm so sorry you got to put up with all these goddamn 12, 13-year-olds coming.
looking
exist,
at the
Oh, yeah.
posters.
You're pawing at
Oh,
everything.
man.
Oh, this poster's so funny. This is so look, and
Boobs.
they
There's
exactly.
boobs.
They have like the dirty gifts too that you're like you try it and you're like poking around me and stupid. What I bought there, big Weezer fan about. Everybody knows this about me. I love the Weezer. Bought not a poster, like a flag kind of back in the day, but it was like big like our GameOverGreggy sign, bigger than that. I mean, but it was all square and big, and it wasn't a flag you'd hang anywhere really. I don't know. It's something like you've seen bands, I guess, hang. I don't know, but you hang it up, and it's the Weezer logo in the center, which is great, and it says Weezer, and then it had underneath it the catchphrase, "If it's too loud, turn it down." And I'm a big Weezer fan, and I never saw them say this. This wasn't something in one of their songs. I don't know if this was something early on in their career that they got away from. I think maybe once after this, I saw it in some picture.
That doesn't exactly scream rock star.
Well, that's how Weezer is. They
I don't
don't
know,
scream
Weezer,
rock.
yeah.
But like if it's too loud, turn it down.
That's their thing. They were going count to count. But this the whole thing was stupid. You know what I mean? Like I'm so desperate to prove I love Weezer.
Yeah, I really love them. I'm turning it down all the time.
Well, no, not even
It's
that.
never
Just
going
that I
above
buy
8.
this stupid thing that has no meaning. It wasn't just this, you know what I mean? It wasn't just the logo, which would have made sense. It wasn't a poster of the team because it didn't exist at the time.
I don't get it though. If it's too loud, turn it up. That
Yeah,
screams counterculture to me. Like,
but they're nerds.
I
They were
get it.
nerds. Remember?
but if it's too loud, turn like, hey, don't bother listening to our music. It's not that big of a deal.
Well, you can turn it down to a reasonable volume.
They're being
I think is what they're saying.
ironic. Don't you think?
I guess.
That's their whole thing. They're just like their whole shtick is like they're normal nerdy dorks. They're not like rock stars. They don't look like they're in a band. They don't look like they play. I think that's kind of their thing.
Next stupid purchase from Greg Miller. Big comic book fan. Don't know if you know this about me, Tim. I go to the comic shop all the time. Idiot nerds there play Magic. You might have seen me play some Magic before now on Spellcasters, Slingers. And so I'm there. They're playing the Magic. I'm like, that's stupid. Whatever, blah, blah. But then they brought out these thing called DC Overpower cards, which was Magic with DC super heroes and villains.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is it. I'll try this and I'll get into it. I buy this pack of DC Overpower cards. I don't know, $20, a big pack of thing. You get your starter set or whatever. Of course, none of my friends read comics to begin with. So, like, I already can't play with them. So I bring these cards home, trying to teach myself a game. That's not going well. Try to convince your parents to play with you. They have no interest in playing this game. And then I'm like, I'll play with these dumb Magic kids. They want to play Magic. Why? I bought these cards, Tim. All I ever did was look at these cards.
Yeah.
Never played a game with them. Would open them up every so often, look at the art on them. Great, put them back in the box, never play the game again.
Yeah.
Never learned to play.
That's a big problem. Just card games, collectible card games in general. I have so many. The Young Jedi cards. I shouldn't have bought those.
Tim, I want to see your room.
You don't want to see.
What does
my
it
room.
No, I'd like to see
like?
your room too, actually.
Guy, my
no.
room is.
Shut up. We're podcasting out of your room next time.
It's impossible.
We
Have
can
you
make
heard
it
about
work.
my room?
We can make it work.
I want to hear about his room. What's wrong with your room?
No, my room is a closet. Like it's literally a closet that's 6 feet by 6 feet. I am 6 feet, so when I lay down, I'm just fitting.
Are you Harry Potter?
pretty much. But a quarter of the room, there's a heater. So I'm losing a quarter of that space. All that's in the room is a mattress, my computer desk, which is directly next to my mattress, with a badass 49-inch TV that fits perfectly because that's all that there is. And then just all of my Disney Blu-rays, all of my like CDs, all of my games, all of my comics, everything that I own is in this small little space.
It's gonna be pleasant and
Please take photos.
I'll take. I will.
Has this been your whole life in this room?
The last like 5 years, yeah.
Okay.
Because we moved, and it was me and my brother, and like I was like, you know what, you can have the bigger room. I'm gonna have the most badass fucking room here. It is really badass. Like I really don't care. I realize now that I'm a quote unquote grown ass man, that a lot of people will judge me and that I probably shouldn't be in this room.
Fuck
but
that.
I like it. I like it a lot. I have my computer. I have my giant TV. And I want to make this clear. I do not have a giant TV. If it was up to me, I'd have like 100-inch screen. But for my room, that is a giant.
Sure.
Fire in the sky.
You're only like 4 feet away from it.
I'm not even 4. There isn't 4 feet in the room to be away
That's
from it.
amazing.
Yeah, so that's my room.
That's great. Wait until you move into San Francisco and you have to share that room with someone else to afford the rent
Yeah.
and the parking.
I mean,
You can rent the crawl space for $400.
You can rent this room.
I bet you if
Sleep
we
on the
put that
table.
crawl space on Craigslist, we could rent that out for $400.
I guarantee you could. It'd
You could sleep in there. Absolutely.
be terrifying. I'm terrified of crawl spaces
Why?
because of bugs.
This isn't an outdoor crawl space.
Might be a bug in there. I'm not gonna know. It's so dark.
Well, you'd have
there's
a light.
1,000 ladybugs in there.
Dude, if I saw a room full of 1,000 ladybugs, I would freak
1,000
out.
ladybugs. Like when I hear that,
It's like
I'm
a handful of
yeah, it's like a
ladybugs.
handful. It was a little unimpressive.
All in the room.
Next time we're
filling
gonna
the
order
room
like
up, everywhere you look,
$100
there's a
worth.
ladybug on it. It's terrifying.
No, they're not gonna.
they're
They're
all
gonna go to
looking
the
at you?
corners. They're all gonna go. They don't even know what the fuck. They're like the cows.
We're trying to
and the
find a
bugs.
cool place. What was it?
cool shrubs.
Shrubs in a cool place.
Cool place to hang out.
Hang out.
That's all they want.
That's all that they want.
All
everything they've ever wanted in
they
life.
want. Do we cover what stupid thing you spent money on this, Colin?
I don't buy stupid things.
Even when you were a kid, you didn't buy something stupid.
I don't have any specifics. All I know is that when I was a kid and I had money, I spent it.
Yeah.
Always. I had a shit ton of hockey cards. Had no idea why I did that.
Right.
Played a lot of customizable card games. Don't know why I did that. Bought an exorbitant amount of video games, especially when I had a job as a teenager. Bought like fucking every video game. You know, I just spent all my money. I never had more than a couple $100s ever until I was in college. Like to my name. Never. I think I saved $400 once to buy a TV. Other than that, it was just like, nah, I just didn't, you know. So the bigger thing is that I wish I could have the thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars I spent back when I was a kid on just whatever the fuck I was buying. Hey guys, you want to go see Mission to Mars and then go to Wendy's and then go to the mall and buy a fucking Dreamcast game? It's like, all right, cool. And then I'd go there with $100 and then I'd come back with nothing.
Right.
And I'd have like fucking Blue Stinger on Dreamcast.
I think about that all the time. All the dumb movies you go see just because there's nothing else to do. Really, why if you could just tell yourself to sock that money away, play the games you have friends come over to watch your VHSs or whatever. And
Dude, like that's a great. Like, I used to go to the movies all the time.
Yeah.
Which was so funny because I don't go to the movies at all anymore. I used to go to the movies. I probably go to the movies literally 50 times a year.
Yeah, well, that's
You know, like,
for
and
all
it
the
was
hand
like,
jobs.
oh yeah, of course. But I would say I saw like everything. Like during that period, like 98 to 2002, 2003.
That's
so
all there
I
was,
saw, like,
though. That's all
fucking
there was
everything.
to do. It was like cable television wasn't prevalent. Games, you couldn't afford them that much when you were a kid. And even if you could, there wasn't that many good ones out to play. It wasn't like 8 systems were contributing into, you know, it was like you had a Nintendo or Sega. That was it, right?
I made it happen.
more is not always better.
Yeah, no.
Like for me,
definitely not.
like growing up in Riverside, that's all there was to do. It was like too hot to do anything else. I was chubby, so physical exercise was just out of the question.
It's like soccer or
Or go sit and watch Gremlins 2.
Yeah.
And there used
Well,
to be
Gremlins 2 is a good
Gremlins
movie.
2.
That
not a
deserved
bad
your
movie.
money.
It's very true. But back when I was a
Hogan?
kid, I used to be religious about checking out. I would know exactly what was coming out, like within 2 months
Yeah.
of everything, and I would plan, and that was it.
That's what I feel the same way. Like, you know, I mean, we all have that same childhood experience, I guess, of just like seeing everything. But that was the thing I remember, especially when even Blockbuster, you know, in my high school days when they switched over to like, oh, the unlimited summers or whatever, where you could just rent on blah blah. Like, I'd see everything. And I remember going to my friend's house and talking, and their parents were trying to pick a movie to watch, and I knew all of them. And they were so impressed with that. Now, like at Comic-Con this year, I'm sitting there talking to Roth and Eric and Joshua about movies and stuff, and I'm like, I haven't seen that. I'm not gonna see that. Movies. I'm like, theaters need to die. Everything needs to go day and date digital. And they were like horrified that I was saying on they're ranting all these movies. I'm like, I have not seen any of those. I don't. And they're TV shows. I'm like, I don't watch TV. I don't know. It's like, wow, it's funny how much it's changed. To everything I watch is either on YouTube or I'm playing video games, and usually I'm playing video games. Mm-hmm. Weird, different strokes. You're excused.
I still love seeing movies.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's another episode of the Game Over Greggy Show. Thank you so much for joining us. Remember, every week 4, sometimes 5, and yourself, of course, best friends gather around this table, each bringing a random topic of conversation for discussion. If you like that, check us out every Friday on GameOverGreggy.bandcamp.com, where we post the MP3 for $1. If you don't think we're worth that dollar, don't worry. We don't think we are either. So go to youtube.com/GameOverGreggy. Monday through Thursday, every topic is posted as a video and broken out one by one for your enjoyment before the whole show goes up on Friday. But you can go back to Bandcamp, get the MP3 for the next week because we did so good this week.
Ooh.
Did you like that?
You're going to want to do that.
Yeah,
Next week's. Next week's is going to be good.
Something's coming.
Yeah, but you're not going to get next week's unless you buy this week and listen to it. Because there's so many different call-outs in this week that are going to go in next week.
Man.
It's going to blow your mind.
Remember to
This
vote
is
on
the
Nick's
prequel.
topics.
To next week's episode.
Go to districtlines.com/GameOverGreggy. Buy t-shirts. We have a coffee cup now and stickers.
We have a mug and 2 stickers.
Yeah.
So slap those on something exciting and go after it.
Wow. That was an awesome statement.
Slap those on something awesome and go after it. Make that no shirt.
There you go. Until next time, thanks for being our best friend, and big ups to T-Dog.
I didn't know if we were still doing that, but that was we got it.
We nailed it. We're fucking pros. We're
Great.
adults. We're professionals.
Okay.
All right.